Hello and welcome to this week's tarot reading for the zodiac of Pisces. I hope this finds you well. I trust you use your own intuition as your primary instrument of resonance, leave behind what does not reverberate. Tarot does not tell the future. The only thing that determines your future is how you react, reflect, and respond to the messages herein. In front of me I have the Universe card, the Princess of Wands, and the Five of Swords, as well as the Devil reverse, Ace of Wands reverse, and the Fool. And there's a few other cards that I will talk about as well, but just how I have laid out these cards, it's kind of telling me a story of two points in your life of this one idea. And you've tried this idea before and it just didn't really work out. And that was because you were a little bit too controlling of the situation. You really wanted to control the outcome, and you had really big ideas, really big hopes, really big dreams with the Universe card here, but they just didn't seem to come to fruition with the Five of Swords and the Princess of Wands in reverse. They just didn't hit the mark. They didn't amount to anything, and that was because you were almost at the point of being so controlling that you didn't actually do anything, or you didn't actually move. You didn't make any decisions, and you kept yourself bound and just really, not making any progress. Or you had this perception that you were making progress, but it was actually, you were just kind of disillusioned and lying to yourself a little bit there about how much work you were actually putting in. And this idea kind of grew in your mind, and your work didn't reflect its actuality, and you kind of just talked it up so much that people started believing that it was happening as well, but it didn't actually amount to anything. And there was a little bit of disappointment in this for you. You know, the Five of Swords are these people walking away from a battle, and no one's really won. You know, even though there's a guy who's holding all the swords, he's kind of lost out too. And I just see this as you kind of standing around with your you-know-what in your hand. And, everybody's just kind of like, well, that's weird. So on the other side, we have the Fool, as I said, and we also have the Seven of Discs, the Knight of Wands reverse, and the Six of Pentacles upright. And there is a sense that whatever you were doing in the past, with the Knight of Wands and the Princess of Wands both reversed in both sides of this reading, and the Failure card here as well, the Seven of Discs, this is just saying whatever you did in the past, you really need to get away from that approach. The Seven of Pentacles is Taurus, ruled by Saturn. So again, it's just that control, almost to the point of your detriment, and you can't actually allow your Knight of Wands to let loose. You know, you're keeping this wild horse caged up, and he really wants to make progress. He really wants to move forward. He really wants to create, but you're just being too controlling. So you kind of have to employ the mentality of the Fool here. Instead of the devil, you have to employ the Fool, in that you are kind of a little bit silly, or a little bit childish, or a little bit reckless, and that will bring you that success, because you are able to let that horse run free, run wild, and be who you want to be. And this idea that you have will actually is that Knight of Wands, essentially, that idea. It just wants to be free. Like Freddie Mercury, I just want to break free. That song comes to mind, and you just really have to let it do that, and not be afraid of what it's capable of, or what direction it's going to take. And we also have the Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So there is that overarching theme of maybe being too controlling because you are afraid of losing money, or you're afraid of losing status, or you're afraid of losing face in following this idea because it's actually a little bit risky in terms of finances, or it's even risky in terms of your identity and the branding of this idea as well. But we also have the Last Judgment card here, and you really have to make a final decision on this idea. It's like, are you actually going to take a different approach, or are you just going to let it die and just be done with it? And you had your one go, and that's all that you are capable of, and that's all that will ever come of that idea? Or are you going to take another shot, even though it means that you have to be a little bit silly, a little bit wild, and not controlling, and these things that you kind of have to work on to foster the right environment for this idea to flourish in success. And the Six of Discs, as the success card, has all of the planets on there. Has Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, the Moon, Mercury, and Mars. And that's just an exemplar of the elemental balance of all the planets. You need the balance of all of these things in order to have success. And understanding when control is needed, when Saturn is needed, and when you need to be diligent and dedicated, and when you can have that fun of Venus, and that mystery of the Moon, and that intellect of Mercury, the expansiveness and generosity of Jupiter, and the fire, the firecracker, and general, military general of Mars there. So you need to understand all those different qualities and when to employ them, and what their uncontrolled, unrestrained sides are, and how you can utilize that in your creative work. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Thank you for listening. Bye.